G'day Dodgers, and welcome back to another Blinky's Build It All, and we're back here again at 3D Ranch. It's one of my favourite stations to be at for a while. Over Christmas, got a bit of spending time out here printing some bits and pieces, setting some things up, got some new tools bought, got some new lighting for the station, and just general bits and pieces to help me tidy up this area. There's cables lying around. Lighting's, as much as it's adequate, it's in the way and annoying. Well, the cabinet's not big enough for me to put the doors on. We've got to change that around, but that's a later design. I want to get some shelving in and tidy all this up. So the first stage we need to get at is to tidy the wiring up, which means mounting my new power board. So I'll be able to get that, run the plugs to the cables around for the printer so they're in a nice tidy spot, and I've got some nice lighting which come from Amazon. There's two kits of the same thing, so I won't go showing it all off, but these are some nice little, bit of a ding there, some nice little LED strips. In this kit there's 3 of them, and it comes with a whole heap of adapters and plugs so that I can link them together in any configuration, but also a couple of different ways of switching them on and off. They come with a little, what does it say here? 12 volt, 1000 milliamp power pack. And that's got an adapter to an on-off switch, so I can just set it at full tilt. Or they can be a little bit dim like me. So I've got that kit. So as I said, I buy 2 of these off Amazon. So I'll most probably have, so I can light up different areas and change things around as I need to. Might put one up under here at the back to shine. That's the front. Behind the backboard there at the front to shine back and down onto the area, and then one up the back there shining back down in my face onto the print, something like that. Maybe a little bit lower because it does help to have light from behind, and one off to the side somewhere, maybe on the old shelf groove there, and I'll do the same along this side. But where I can mount them, well, as I said, I've got little connectors that I can connect them all up, change them around, mount them in a position, and then rewire them to fit. So yeah, I can do that. Need to get some shelves on my filament, some folders and that there I need to tidy away, and some tool holders, receptacles there sorted out, and then go from there. The next thing that I need to do before I can run all this cabling is actually put a hole in the back to run that power cable into the back of the cabinet, or more to the point the power supply lead out, so it's all nice and tidy and there's not all this mess here. Everything will be all cabled away inside the cabinet. So I needed a tool to do that, and I asked Emma for a new tool for Christmas, and she said something about get routed. No, she bought me the Ryobi 1600 router, and I had to go out and buy a few extra bits to do some jobs I want to do. So I'm actually going to make up some jigs to try this little bugger out in the machine of the holes in the cabinet. So I'll make some dust with that, and we'll see how that goes. We'll put a little bit of a clip later on in the video, and then we'll get some lighting back up. So what we need to do now is pull all this apart, get the cabinet out. I'm thinking on the ground here, nice easy area. The bench is just a little bit too high with the depth of the cabinet. So we'll do that and get that on the ground so I can get to the back of it and work out where I'm going to put the hole into the cabinet, and then work out how I'm going to mount that lighting, but we'll worry about mounting the lighting once we get it back up there at a nice light to work. So I'll start pulling all this apart, and we'll see where we get to from there. But first I need to go around the back and turn all the power off. Well, as you can see, that's the first time I've ever used a router of my own, and some dodgy jigs got me a rough hole, be able to get it in. Overshot there because I got no stop back this way, but I didn't go deep enough to worry about that, so we can trim that front edge up a little bit later on, but I'll print a cover to go on that inside to make it all nice and neat. It should be fine. Righto, so I didn't video setting up the lights in the cabinet, but I have got them all wired in, and I've ended up going with 3 and 3 all wired together. Now I've left the studio light on here, sorry, I'll reset those again, left the studio light off here so I could demonstrate that didn't happen. Demonstrate how these lights work. Let's try again. One demonstration. So we've got nice lighting around, it shines down inside. Hopefully we'll be able to see a bit better what's going on with the printer and other things going on in the cabinet, and we'll be able to make all that happen. So for tonight, I'm going to screw the lid back onto the cabinet, lift it back up into its bay and call it a night, and we'll go on with the last finished bit of setup tomorrow. But this will most probably be the end of the video as we know it, and we'll go on with further stuff once we've got the cabinet back together and our printing gear back in it. So for now, Dodgers, take it easy, have a good night and stay safe.